Hello everyone, my name is Amodu Ademiri Rofiat. We are members of Group 7 and we are presenting a topic, crafting brief messages for business communication. I hope at the end of the video, you will be able to understand the various objectives on how you can craft a brief message. One of the major ways of crafting brief messages is through electronic communication. What is electronic communication? Electronic communication is the process of exchanging information or messages through electronic device such as computers, tablets, smartphones, or other electronic device. Electronic communication can be achieved by finding the right tools for communication, such as email, instant messaging, website, blog, text messaging, voicemail, and video messaging. Electronic communication has changed the way business communicates with each other. Electronic media for business. We have social media such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All these are electronic media that empower stakeholders as participants in the communication process by allowing them to share content, revise content, respond to content, and or contribute to new content. These technologies have changed the relationship between companies and stakeholders. It has also changed the way companies influence their management decision. It has also changed the behavior and expectation of consumers and employees. So many people now rely on these tools for personal and professional interests. This has made the field of business communication more interesting and complicated as well. Social media has also reduced the amount of control business have over content and process of communication.
Media choices for brief messages. Social media are not the only option available for communication. Individuals and companies have a broad range of options for sending brief messages. This includes social networks. Examples are LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. We also have information and media sharing sites such as Google Drive. We also have email, instant messaging, text messaging, blogging and microblogging, podcasting, and online video.
Compositional modes for electronic media. We have various types of compositional modes for electronic media, and one of them is conversation. Instant message provides the ability to think, type, and compose quick message. Comment and critics. To be an effective commenter, you have to focus on short chunks of information that a broad spectrum of other site visitors will find helpful. Orientation. The ability to help people find their way through an unfamiliar system or new subject. And he is a valuable writing skill and a talent that readers greatly appreciate. Summaries. At the beginning of an article, a miniature version of a document is provided to give readers all the key points that are needed in the document. Also, at the end, summary functions as a review, reminding the readers of the key points they've read. We also have other compositional modes for electronic media, which are reference material, narratives, teasers, status updates and announcements, and lastly, tutorials.
So I'll be talking about social networking and community participation websites. Social networks are online services that enables individuals and members of an organization share information and form connections. These communication platforms can be divided into 4 parts, such as social networks, user-generated content sites, community Q&A sites, and community participation websites. Business use 3 common forms of social networks. 1. Public general purpose networks. These are networks where customers and suppliers meet together, they interact, they share ideas. 2. We have public business oriented networks. These are networks where innovators and investors meet up together. They create a community where they can interact together. Specialized networks. These are where professionals in the same line of profession come together to communicate ideas and share latest innovations together. An example of public general purpose networks include Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the likes. And 2, public business oriented networks. These include LinkedIn and Upwork. 3, specialized networks include GitHub, where developers meet, and include GrabCAD, where mechanical engineers meet. Business applications of social networks. 1, we have gathering of market intelligence. Like I told you, specialized networks helps innovators around the same profession gather market intelligence. Example, GitHub and GrabCAD for mechanical engineers, GitHub for developers. We have 2, recruiting new employees and finding business partners. Example of this is Upwork and LinkedIn. Sharing product information. This includes conversation marketing, in which companies initiate and facilitate conversations among customers and other interested parties. Examples like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Number 4, fostering brand communities. Number 5, responding to events, questions, and rumors. An organization can respond to events, questions, and rumors by receiving feedbacks from customers. 6, providing customer support. Organizations like banks, network providers in Nigeria use apps like Twitter and Instagram to respond to their customers' feedbacks about their products. Number 7, offering location-based services.
User-generated content site. User-generated content are any form of content, such as audio, text, image, videos, that are created by the users of a particular website or application, rather than the website administrator or website owners themselves. User-generated content sites have gained significant influence in the past few years because they have given a platform whereby they allow users to actually interact and engage with other users, learning from their experience and their opinions over trending issues. In this presentation, I'll be talking about the benefits and challenges of user-generated content sites. There are 4 major benefits of user-generated content sites, and they are increased user engagement, authenticity, diverse content, and cost effectiveness. User-generated content websites have given a platform whereby users can interact and engage themselves on trending issues and ask questions and get answered. Cost effectiveness. User-generated content sites are known to be cost effective as the users themselves are the one creating their content, and in this process the website itself can save costs of content creation and other production costs. Authenticity. User-generated content sites content are believed to be more authentic because they are coming from users themselves who are adversely affected by the experiences of whatsoever situation they find themselves in, rather than brands coming on board to tell them about what it is that they have heard somewhere. Diverse content. User-generated content websites are open to a broad audience, and as such we have different experiences coming in. So in this case, we actually have a lot of content is ranging from niche interest to mainstream subjects. However, as good as user-generated content websites are, there are also major challenges such as quality control. User-generated content websites have an open platform to everybody, and as such the website owners cannot restrict the kind of content people post on this place, and as such some people do post substandard content, and thereby reducing the quality of content that have been posted on the page. Legal measures. As I said earlier, user-generated content websites are open to everyone, and in this case they are prone to content that infringe copyright and also against security measures and also offensive to some users. Community Q&A sites. Community Q&A sites consists of websites that gives a platform for visitors to come in and ask questions and get answered by other visitors who have actually experienced whatsoever issue they are facing themselves. Responding to questions on Q&A sites can be a major way to build personal brand, to demonstrate company's commitment to customer service, and to counter misinformation about your company and its products. This is a platform given by the company that allows you to actually know about the company from a first-hand user, someone who has used the services or the product of the company before.
Another communication platform is community participation websites. Community participation websites pool the input of multiple users in order to benefit the community as a whole. And we have examples. Examples are social bookmarking or content recommendation sites. This includes Delicious, Digs, Stumble Upon. Another example is group buying sites such as Groupons. Another example is crowdsourcing such as Innocentive. Crowdsourcing helps to obtain information by enlisting service provided by a large number of people, either paid or unpaid, via the internet. Another example is product and service review websites such as Yelp. It compiles reviews from people who have purchased the product or patronized businesses. So now we move to evolving role of email in business communication. Email is a form of business communication tool and is highly effective. Email is inexpensive as it requires only internet connection, which is already present in every business environment. So it allows users to send brief or substantial information or message to the recipient, and the recipient can as well read at their leisure time.
How to adapt the 3-step writing process to email messages. There are 3 steps to writing email messages, which are: number 1, planning email messages. Firstly, in planning email messages, you have to make sure every email message you sent is necessary. Secondly, you have to follow company email policy. This means you have to follow all the policies of my company and the normal necessary steps. Thirdly, practice good email hygiene by not opening suspicious messages, keeping virus protection up to date, and following other company guidelines. And fourthly, we have follow the chain of command. Secondly, which is B, we have writing email messages. Remember that business email is more formal than personal email. Recognize that email messages carry the same legal weight as other business documents. Pay attention to the quality of your writing and use correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Make your subject line informative by clearly identifying the purpose of your messages. Make your subject line compelling by wording them in a way that intrigues your audiences. Make sure you use the first view word of the image body to catch the reader's attention.
The third email writing process is completing email messages. Okay, 1. Revise and proofread carefully to avoid embarrassing mistakes. Keep the layout of your messages simple and clean. Use an email signature file to give recipients your contact information. Double check your recipient list before sending. Don't mark messages as urgent unless they are urgent.
Instant messaging as a form of electronic communication is basically an online chat that offers real-time text transmission through the internet. It involves the use of softwares and applications like your WhatsApp, your Discord, Messenger. Benefit of instant messaging to businesses include the following: rapid response to urgent messages, lower cost than phone calls and emails, ability to mimic conversations more closely than email, availability of wide range of devices from PCs to desktops to mobile phones and also smartphones.
The role of blogging and microblogging. Blogging. A blog is a discussion informational website published on the World Wide Web, consisting of discrete, often informal, diary-style text entries called posts. Posts are typically displayed in a reverse chronological order so that most of the recent posts are at the top of the web page. The importance of blogging. Communicating with a personal and authentic voice. Delivering new information quickly. Choosing topic of peak interest to audience. Encouraging audience to join in conversation. Comment sections are usually a valid source of information, feedback, and insights from the audience. Adapting the 3-step process for a successful blogging. 1. Audience, that is your target audience. 2. Purpose, the purpose of the information you are passing to your target audience. Lastly, scope. You want to choose a conversation that is broad enough to cover discussions for a long period of time, but also narrow enough to focus on the topic at hand.
Microblogging. Microblogging is a broadcast medium that exists in form of blogging. A microblog differs from a traditional blog in that its content is typically smaller in both actual and aggregated file size. Microblog allow users to exchange small elements of content such as short sentence, individual images, or video links, which may be the major reason for their popularity. These small messages are also called microposts. And we also have podcasting. Podcasting is the practice of using the internet to make digital recordings of broadcasts available for downloading to a computer or mobile device. Adapting the 3-step process of podcasting. Number 1, planning. 2nd, organizing. And lastly, recording. Thank you.